Hello, hello. Hello, and welcome in. My name is Kristen Lightwork, and I'm going live for the first time on YouTube. Go me, okay? And today I just figured I want to go through some tarot tea for the week for your astrology, okay? So this is going to be ultimately some short and sweet zodiac horoscope readings, okay? We're going to start with Scorpio, but I highly recommend checking your sun, moon, and rising, and also your Venus. I actually check my Venus a lot. I feel like that gives you a really good full scope of potential opportunities of experiences that you could go through checking these signs. That's really how I like to look at astrology, and how I like to look at my birth chart is more on these are windows of opportunities and options that can sometimes happen and go and have the same frequency that your sign or that sign placement carries. So that's what I mean when I say that. And I just think it's important to look at it. Doesn't necessarily mean that all this stuff is going to happen exactly like that, but it does mean that the energy around this sign is carrying this frequency, and whatever that means for you, you'll know what that is. Whatever resonates, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Again, my name is Kristen Lightwork, and we're going to kick this off. So we're going to go straight into it with the Scorpios. Okay, so we're going to start with Scorpio. So let's see, what's the best tarot card that represents Scorpio for the week ahead? This is going to be the theme that Scorpios are going to go through for the next 7 days whenever you see this, okay? So what do the Scorpios need to know, Spirit? What is the card for the best scope? The Scorpios. The Five of Swords. We could have some conflict, a little bit of mental conflict going on here. It can feel like you've been or have to be kind of defensive or really standing up for yourself in a certain way. And I believe you are supposed to. This could feel like your week has been triggered, or lately things have been triggered. And this card does not necessarily mean to give up, but this is absolutely saying there's certain energy around us that makes us feel like we have to be defensive and kind of on the lookout, so to speak, over this week. This could mean watching out for conflict, not allowing other people to get the best of you, is really what I want to say here for my Scorpio tribe, okay? Make sure that you are not allowing people to push your trigger so much that you give them the reaction they're looking for. Okay, this is a week where you want to calm your mind and mind your peace. Mind your peace, mind your business, stay inside. Okay, so for my Scorpios this week, watch out for any form of conflict, any form of situations that can feel very triggering. Don't give in. Don't give in. Okay, don't give in. Let's get into the Sagittarius collective. What do the Sagittariuses need to know for the next 7 days? Did you see that one flip over? The Hanged Man. Okay, we got the Hanged Man here. Hey, Gemini, we're going to get to y'all. These are going to be kind of fast, y'all, so if you want to hang on, hang with me, vibe with me. Okay. Anyways, we're on the Sagittarius here. So Sagittarius is get the Hanged Man. Again, check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Okay. The Hanged Man here, this means there's not a lot of movement this week, which means you need to be internal. You need to be someone that is actually getting, how do I want to say this, the nourishment for yourself this week. This is be more aware of things around you than trying to like act into things right now. If things feel like they're at a pause or a standstill, it's because there's more for you to see. So if I'm going to give advice to a Sagittarius for the next 7 days, I'm going to tell you to just sit back and watch. Just be cool about stuff right now, okay? Don't rush into things. If things are getting you to act in emotional aspects, pull back. You're too close to things, okay? You're too close. So just watch that. What do we need to see for Capricorn? What do we need to know for that Capricorn collective? Wherever you got Capricorn placements, what's the best card that's going to represent my Capricorns? What do we need to know? Thanks for tuning in, y'all. The Page of Wands, Capricorns, you could be like super inspired this week. You need to get things done. You're ready to do things. You're making plans. You are actively like seeking to better something. You're actively seeking to get things done. You're actively thinking too. I see a lot of mind. I almost want to say traffic, because it feels like you could literally have like a lot of traffic in an area and you're like constantly thinking of ideas in your car, and like you need to write stuff down is the energy I want to say for some of you. Like if that's you and you have like these commutes and like you're commuting, like actually you're supposed to be writing down stuff that's coming in. You're channeling when you're getting these ideas, these thoughts. Okay, that's for everybody. You're actually channeling. Okay, but anyways, for my Capricorns this week, allow yourself to put your thoughts down on paper. Allow yourself to actually take some action about stuff that you want to get done, whether this is the to-do list that is constantly looking at you, or even bigger than that, your dreams, your passions. It's time to feel really ignited this week. So pay attention. Allow yourself to be inspired, all right? What do we need to see for my Aquarius tribe? I'm an Aquarius, by the way. What do we need to see for the Aquariuses? What do you need to see here? What do you need to know? What do you need to see? What do you need to know? What do you need to see? Aquarius, you got the 3 of Wands. You're making plans. You're making plans on your future. You're making plans on big things. This is about how we put things together. This is a building week. If you are in the Aquarius tribe, okay, or wherever you have your Aquarius placements. And what I mean by that is when you're looking at your birth chart, all of those placements mean something. So when you have Aquarius, for example, which is the rebel, which is innovator, but is also very much about community and rising up. Aquarius kind of breaks the machine, right? You've got to look at these placements as these are enhanced by this energy. Okay. So Aquarius is this week, you're supposed to be looking forward, the 3 of Wands, looking forward, creating, making things. You're supposed to be planning things. Okay. This is the time to start acting on stuff, not sitting back. Okay. On top of that, we have that Pluto and Aquarius. So listen, Aquarius, it's your time. Okay. Everyone shine when you need to, shine how you can, keep moving. Okay. And giving yourself that shine. But realistically, okay, I have to shout this out. Aquariuses, this is your time to get out of your head and get into things. All right. Take action about change. Okay. This is that time. Let's get into my Pisces, the Pisces collective. So if this is a Pisces, this is your next 7 days. All right. What's the theme? What do you need to know? What's the theme? What do you need to see? Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, you're thinking about your money. You're thinking about your money. You're thinking about how you can make things work. I feel like you're trying to be possibly really frugal with things, or you're really having to look at your spending. You're really having to be real about how we're spending money and how we are moving money around. The other thing too is you could have like a big idea, something big, something that actually is going to help create efficiency. And I feel like you're supposed to do that. Like if you have even a creative idea that's like, I think you want to take this into entrepreneurship or you want to do something with it, definitely listen to that, because this Page of Pentacles is like also kind of being a novice at starting something new. So it would almost be like you're going to start something new, or you're going to take this new journey, some new idea comes into play. But I also definitely feel you focused about your money. So pay attention to your money, be frugal, definitely watch it, okay? Next, we have the Aries. Let's get into Aries collective. What do we need to see for my Aries? Thanks y'all for tuning in. What do I need to see for the Aries? Also, I'm going to go live on Instagram after this. So if you follow me on there, that's going to be a collective reading. That's not going to be astrology. Okay, what do we need to see? Aries, 9 of Wands here. You are the wounded healer. Ooh, look at that light. Wounded healer, okay? The 9 of Wands means you have a lot of walls up. You've had to put walls up. You've had to protect yourself in some aspects. So you're really looking at how you can protect yourself, honestly. Protect your assets, protect your heart, protect what you've been through, okay? Protect who you are right now. You're really looking at that. You're trying to make sure that you're putting yourself first. And I feel like maybe you haven't done that. Some of you Aries have been putting a lot of other people's priorities and needs and different things first. And it's time to put yours first now. So I feel like there could be an energy where you feel like you might need to keep your guard up. And the thing I would say is keep your guard up about your time this week, Aries. Really make sure that you are like not over giving, okay? Make sure you have the energy to. Of course, here in the US, there are holiday celebrations obviously going on if you celebrate that holiday, but make sure you're not overdoing it, okay? Make sure you're not necessarily like, just giving your energy to everybody else. You need to watch it. You need to pull back, and you kind of need to like look through things, because some of you, there is this energy that like someone could have been through something really rough lately. Like it could have been a really bad argument that really got you out of your center, and it's like you're still raw from the argument. Like it almost feels like someone's just like shaking. Like that's the energy. Is just like shaking hands, and it's like you need to pull yourself out of that situation is what I need to tell someone. You need to pull yourself out of that situation. Like this situation is not for you anymore. You need to get out of that. But this 9 of Wands here is absolutely like wounded healer energy. You need to kind of hibernate this week, my Aries. Hibernate and give yourself some love, all right? Let's get into the Tauruses. What do we need to see for Taurus? For the sign of Taurus, what do the Tauruses need to see? What do the Tauruses need to see about this next 7 days? What do we need to know? Taurus, you got the 4 of Swords. You need to rest, relax. You need to cool it. You need to rest, relax, kind of just rejuvenate yourself this week. The Four of Swords is also a lot about meditation and insight you get from meditation. So it's trying to go into your calm. How do you find your calm this week? Okay. There could be certain situations, possibly conversations, things that might make you, triggered, but also just make you feel like really emotional. And Spirit's like, sit with yourself. Sit with yourself this week. Allow yourself to renew yourself. Review things that have happened. How do you renew and move forward, Taurus? That's what we need to do. But this is a calm, chill week, okay? Four of Swords, I actually love the Four of Swords because usually people are like pictured in a bathtub in some of my tarot decks. Not in this one. We won't get into that one. But, it's like just rest. Just rest. Give yourself that rest and rejuvenation, okay? Like the corner. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into the next one, which we have my Geminis. I know we did have a Gemini in here. So let's see. What do you have to say about Aquarius? My Aquarius tribe, you just missed it. I'm Aquarius too. Aquarius, we had the Three of Wands. I'm just going to repeat it because it's on the tip of my tongue. It was Three of Wands. It means you need to be looking forward. You need to be planning, making plans, doing things, entrepreneurship, ideas, new ideas, things that can make you money. You are thinking, you are planning, you are moving forward. That's where you need to focus, Aquarius. Okay. We're on to the Geminis. I know we had a Gemini in here, so let's just, sorry that you had to wait so long. Anyways, let's get into Geminis. What do Geminis need to know for the next 7 days? What do you need to know? Nine of Cups. You got a lot of things going on. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have a lot of things going on, Gemini. Nine of Cups is great. Nine of Cups is sometimes like you get what you wanted, or you think you're getting something that you've possibly prayed for. You're getting something that you really wanted. Nine of Cups is all these things are aligning. All these things are moving up. This is a very aligned time for the Geminis, okay? The thing I would say is the other thing that comes in with the Nine of Cups, I'm a duality person, so I'm going to put this there, is, the attachment stuff. So if things have not necessarily been so, how do I want to say this, fluid and wonderful and things like that, and you've been having a lot of the like revelations, okay? Some of the revelations, okay, should be about our attachments to things, and just ensuring and just making sure that we are not too overly attached to things that you don't need to be overly attached to. So watch your attachments this week. Make sure that you are truly like, it's authentic is what I want to say. Authentic energy with you. But overall, Nine of Cups is great. Something is really working out, but it's kind of this energy towards like, if you get what you wish for. So sometimes what do we say? Like, watch out what you wish for because you might just get it. So like there's certain things that like happen this week for my Gemini tribe. So there you go. What do we need to see for Cancer? What do we need to see for the Cancers? I'm a Cancer rising. I just found that out. I thought I was a Gemini rising for so long. My mom told me my birth time, looked on my birth chart, or not my birth chart, but my birth certificate, and it was completely wrong. So for 7 years, I thought I was a Gemini rising, but really I'm a Cancer rising. It makes so much sense. But what do we need to know for the Cancer Collective? What do we need to see? Cancer Collective, you have the Hierophant. You are acting in your wisdom. You have divine downloads coming in. You have messages coming and flowing through. The Hierophant is also like, remember to be the bigger person. Remember to be the wiser person, okay? You have these messages and these gifts and these lessons or these things that are coming in. And yes, we are here to master the human experience. But at the same time, you're here to rise above that. So you can't act in the past ways of your human experience that you might have been used to. Wow. So the Hierophant card here, it's like be the bigger person kind of energy. Live into what you learned, live into your skills, live into your talents, and be your higher self is what I want to say. Okay. Be your higher self. All right. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. All right. What do we need to see for the Leos? The Leo Collective. What do we need to see? What do we need to see for the Leos? What do we need to see? Leos, you get the Six of Wands, victory, good things happening, good things coming in, success coming in, riding the waves of success. There are certain decisions and choices that you've made that are really paying off, and you're going to see that come into play here. Certain things are really working out for you, whether that's acknowledgement for your work, acknowledgement for your skill, maybe more money. It feels very much though it's like more some form of acknowledgement, some form of like, something is really leveling up in your life, and this could be in your professional aspect of things. And so it just feels like, you're finally living into the legacy that you know you're here for. So you could have really successful things pop off. If you're Leo this week, you could just have stuff really working out. Maybe you have some big decisions or big things happening. Maybe it's also just like you're kind of coming in and you're saving the day in some way. But Six of Wands, it's a victory week for the Leos. Let's get into the Virgo collective. What do the Virgos need to know? What is the best tarot card that describes the Virgos for the next 7 days? Spirit, what do we need to see? What do you need to see? What do you need to see today? The Two of Swords. Virgos, you're confused. You're conflicted. You're wondering what to do about something. You're in your head about something. Two of Swords is obviously like not knowing how to make a decision or not knowing which decision to make. It's like, you have to make a choice or decision, and you might like not be willing to. So Spirit is definitely saying for Virgos, you need to like make decisions. You need to like get moving on whatever choices you've been like holding yourself back on, or like go forward with what you said, not get wishy-washy, or not go back and forth. It's like you got to follow your heart on something, or you got to move forward on something. Don't feel confused. Don't feel conflicted. This is not to say live into the conflicting energy here. I'm trying to tell you, don't get in your head about stuff. Just make decisions with logic. Don't get in your head about stuff. Just make decisions with logic, Virgo. Okay? You don't need to overthink it. I promise. Last but not least, we get into the Libra collective. We started with Scorpio, so now we are here. Let's see what the Libras need to know. What do the Libras need to know for the next 7 days? Whenever they watch this, what do you need to know? What do we need to know for the Libras? What do we need to know? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What do we need to know? Let's see. Libras, you get the sun, happiness. This is a good week for you. Something really positive happening, just feeling really good, feeling really positive about life. Maybe there's stuff to do with kids. Maybe there's something with family. The sun card just feels like you feel really happy this week. Like things are kind of working out your way. You might feel like you're finally getting ahead of things. You're finally in a good direction. You probably love these sort of holidays or these sort of get-togethers, things like that with family. So my Libra collective, I just feel like you guys are really happy this week. I feel like things are going in your direction, and it's making you feel like the future is brighter than you thought. So for my Libra collective, if you're Libra, I feel like you're going to have a great week going forward. So I hope everyone does. Thank you so much for joining me on my first live on YouTube. If you want to get a little bit deeper, vibier, whatever, go follow me on the Instagram. I'll be over there in a minute. And I go by Kristen Lightwork over there, and we do a pick a message reading. Okay. Love, light, and blessings. Thanks so much for joining me here. Have a great week.